Hey everyone, it's me, Nicole, and I wanted to welcome you to week 7 officially. I was supposed to be 7 weeks a week ago, but with the results of my ultrasound, they held me a week back. So I had 2 week 6s, and now we're finally on to week 7. Yay! So a lot happened this week, just in our life in general, not necessarily having to do with pregnancy per se, but just a lot of busyness, and my symptoms have definitely kicked in a little bit more, and so that has kind of had an effect on things a little bit. So on Saturday we had a birthday party, and it was a costume party for my niece, and so all week long I was working on her costume. So anytime Sadie was asleep, I was working on her costume, getting that all ready to go and things like that. Or I was on the computer looking through ads for houses for rent. So I had like no time to do anything last week. Anytime that she was asleep, I was doing one of those two activities. So anyways, the party was really nice. She got to paint some pumpkins, and we had brought the music equipment, and she just had the microphone, and she was singing and dancing all night long. She was so cute. And they bobbed for apples, and she had a good time with her cousins. And then we saw my brother-in-law's parents were there. They were visiting from Mexico, and last time when we saw them was a couple of years back whenever I was pregnant with Sadie, and they were telling me, you know, next time we see you, you're gonna have a baby. And so they came back, and not only do I have a baby, but I'm pregnant with another baby, and they had the most excited, joyful reaction that it was just so sweet. You know, with a lot of other people, you know, with your first pregnancy, especially whenever you have the right circumstances, everybody's excited for you, and they're over the moon, and they're just like, yay, and they're just purely joyful all the way around, and you get a lot of good reactions. You might have some that, you know, whatever, but for the most part you're gonna have great reactions if you're in the right circumstance. But with the second pregnancy, people seem to have a little bit more of an opinion, and they think that they have more of a say maybe on when they think would be a good time for you to have another baby. And so your reactions won't always be as excited or as purely joyful as the first time. And so with their reaction, my heart was touched, and it just made me feel really good to actually have somebody give me that reaction. So it's not to say that the other people in our family weren't happy or weren't excited, or they were judgmental against us. It's just that they kind of, I think, wanted to soak it in for a minute before they reacted, and you know, we could tell. So that's fine, it's not a big deal, but it was definitely nice to hear somebody be so excited and happy and congratulatory towards us. It was really sweet. So, can you guys hear the kids outside? I'm sorry if you can hear them. Okay. We are working on potty training with Sadie, and I promised you guys a video about that, and I will still do that. Like I said, last week I was super busy every time Sadie went to sleep, and it is difficult to shoot a video with her awake because she wants to be involved. So I will do an update on that soon, and tell you guys all about that. And like I said, like I mentioned a little bit, we are looking for a new house, not to buy but to rent. We're just not really in a position to buy right now. So we're looking to rent, and it's been a journey, because a lot of times people that are renting out their places don't put their stuff up online. They just put signs or boards up in their windows or in their yards for units, and so it's a lot more footwork and a lot more driving around neighborhoods and things like that trying to find signs than I can do online. So I've been on Craigslist looking, I've been on forrent.com and rental.com, rent.com, and things like that, trying to find a place in our price range. But I think we're pretty much going to have to pound the pavement if we're really going to want to find a place. So that is not fun. It'll be fun whenever we're in our new place, but in the meantime, yeah, it's tough. Okay. Also on Saturday, before the party, I had told my husband during the week, I had just mentioned to him that there was another consignment sale coming up. I didn't know if I was really interested in it, because there's really not much that we can buy for the new baby until we know the gender. And, you know, if it's a boy, then yes, we're going to need stuff. If it's a girl, we're not going to need that much stuff. So, so I was like, I guess I could go and see what they have there. Sadie doesn't really need anything, you know, and he's just like, he tossed me a 20 and he said, just go, check out, see what they have. So it was at one of the public schools in our area, and so I went in, and I really wasn't expecting much just because these particular sales don't usually have much going on. But I went in and started walking around, and I didn't find too much stuff. I was looking for like maybe like a little baggie of Little People to go with Sadie's airplane, but I couldn't find any of those. And then I ended up wandering past the maternity rack, and I never really look at the maternity. I looked at them the first couple times I ever went to consignment sales. I looked at the maternity racks because I was pregnant at the time, and they always had sizes that were like small, extra small, and medium, and those are not going to fit me. So so this time I was walking past and I saw like a pair of pants sticking out, and they looked like they would be bigger size. So I looked, and they were actually a bigger size. So I'm like, wow. So then I started looking, and I found 3 shirts and 3 pairs of pants, and I found more than that, but I just didn't want to go crazy. So I bought 3 shirts and 3 pairs of pants for $14 at this consignment sale, and I was so excited. And then I also found a little toy for Sadie and a little outfit for her as well. So I didn't get anything for the new baby. I'm hesitant to buy anything. Not necessarily because we don't know the gender, but also because if we are going to move, it's just going to be more stuff that we're going to have to move. So I just figure once we get in the new house and once we start setting things up and have more space, then I can start thinking about buying the new baby stuff. But that's just where I'm standing at this point. So so I wanted to mention this really quick, but I don't know if I don't want this video to be too long. But at my niece's birthday party, it was also like a conjoined party for my sister because her birthday is coming up too, and she had a party light party going on in the back, and it was just the party light hostess had a bunch of items that she was selling, and you could just pay for it right then and take it with you. So I went back in there and I just went to look. I knew that the stuff was going to be overpriced, but I went back in there and I saw what they had, and I came out, and my sister-in-law was, you bought something, right? And I'm like, no, you know, Robert just gave me $20 to go spend at a consignment event, so, you know, I don't want to spend any more money right now. And so she kind of gave my husband a hard time, and my husband's like, if you want something, go buy it. And I'm like, no. So later on I told him, I said, you know, if I really want some candles, I can go to Bath & Body Works. They have a really good sale going on right now, and I know that I'm going to really enjoy their scents. And so so the next day, he actually takes me to Bath & Body Works, and he says, go ahead. And I was so like, he's like, I didn't even know you really, really liked candles that much. And I'm like, well, I do, but you know, it's a luxury to me. It's not a necessity. I'm not, you know, I would rather buy things for Sadie. And he says, well, no, go buy yourself some candles. So they had the 3-wick candles on sale, 2 for $10, but they didn't have any Cider Lane. And I have heard over and over and over again how good Cider Lane is. And so I went up to the cashier lady and I asked her if they had any Cider Lane, and she said, well, no, we don't have any of the 3-wick, but there are like the small ones. And so I went to the small rack, and this is how big they are. It's just like this big. And so I said, you know, that actually might be a good idea. These were 2 for $5. So instead of getting 2 of the 3-wick candles for $20, I picked up 4 of these in 4 different scents for $10. So I got Cider Lane, which was really good. I got, oh geez, cinnamon sugar donut, and this one is so good. Oh, it smells, I don't know, it smells so wonderful. And then I got marshmallow fireside, which I just picked this one up because I liked the name, really. I mean, I smelled it and it smelled okay, but if I could go back and I had more time and more thought to put into it, I probably wouldn't have picked it up just because it has more of like a cologne-y kind of smell, I guess. And then the last one I got was the creamy pumpkin, and I love this one. So out of all of them, I love all of them except for the marshmallow fireside, which is still smells good. It's just not as good as the other ones. And then my husband also tossed this little candle holder in there for fun. So he's such a sweetheart, and I just, it made me feel so good. And I told him, I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And he's like, you can go out and do those things and buy yourself some stuff, you know. And I'm like, you know, I just feel like there's so much other that so there's so many other things that we're saving for, and so many things that, you know, Sadie needs or whatever. I don't like to spend money on myself, so it was really nice for him to just kind of say, get in the car, we're going somewhere, and for him to buy me those. That was really nice. And they definitely have made me, like, whenever I first bought them, I could not stop taking them out of the bag and smelling them. I swear I was like an addict. I just kept taking them out and smelling them. And it was really nice. I felt very pampered. Okay, so on to the symptoms. I'm sorry, this is already a 10-minute long video. Holy cow. I've had the nauseousness and the aversions have definitely spiked. I have not puked or anything like that, but it's just, and I don't know how to separate aversions and nausea, because it's like whenever I think of certain foods or whenever I think of eating, I get nauseous, but that's because I'm aversing. I don't know. That's because I don't want those foods, or I just don't have an appetite. So to me, those two go together, and I definitely am feeling them, especially in the middle of the day. And I think that what really works for me is making sure that I never have an empty stomach, so that I'm just snacking all day long. That's something that helps a little bit. And then, you know, there's just some foods that I'm not going to be into, and that happens. So let me think if there's anything that jumps out to me. Well, we had this taco cornbread casserole last night, and the cornbread was just not appetizing to me at all. That was the main thing in it that I wasn't attracted to trying. I've made it before and I loved it, but this time I ate the cornbread and the texture of it, and it was so sweet, and ugh, I did not like it at all. Anything else? I had like a chili cheese potato at lunch with my mom, and that was just too rich for me. I didn't like that, but I did eat a salad, and that was good. Yeah, so things that I can eat and things that I like to eat are cottage cheese with either pineapple on top or peaches on top. That has been something that I can eat pretty much no matter the time of day, if I'm feeling nauseous or not. That is something that always makes me feel better. Apples with peanut butter on top is good. I have some nuts and some dried fruit, and those help. And every once in a while I'll have like saltines with peanut butter and jelly on top, and that's if I want a little something sweet and salty. So that works too. Yeah, so those are the main things that I can, like, that are go-to items for me to have. I also have bagels with cream cheese, but again, that's something that's hit or miss. So yeah. Yesterday I had the worst migraine. I've had headaches on and off, and they just kind of come in and come out, and they don't like stick for very long. But this migraine, I was sitting here on the couch, and my husband ran to the store really quick, and I think I was on my phone, and all of a sudden I just start seeing flashing spots in front of my eyes, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. I know what this means, because I had a couple with my last pregnancy, and I'm like, maybe it'll just go away. So I'm sitting here like trying to cover my eyes and trying to like block out all the stimuli that's going on. Sadie's awake and she's running around, and so I just try to stay calm. And then Robert got home, and I think we ate or something, and then we put Sadie down for a nap, and I'm sitting here on the couch watching TV with him or something like that, and my arm falls asleep, and I'm like, nope, here it goes. I'm like, you know what, I have to go in the bedroom and lay down and like take a nap, and hopefully when I wake up it'll all be over. And so I went in there, and as I'm falling asleep I can feel my face starting to tingle, like right here and right here was all just like, it's like feeling your arm fall asleep but on your face, and it's really like a freaky feeling. And actually during my first pregnancy it freaked me out so much that I went to the hospital because I thought I was having a stroke or something. Like, it was scary. So yeah, I went to sleep, and whenever I woke up I had a headache again, but it eventually wore off. We got out of the house, I took some books back to the library and things like that, and then I was feeling a little bit better. I have been more emotional than normal, and that's a lot saying, because I am a really emotional person. But I mean, it's to the point where like commercials are making me cry. It's really, really bad. I've been definitely a lot more emotional, but not like with my family members. Like I won't get in an argument with Robert and start crying, or to have a disagreement with my mom and start crying. But it's not that. It's like I'll be watching a commercial and it'll be just so I don't know, I can't even give you an example of one that would do it, but I would just start crying because I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. So I don't know, that's weird. I've been a lot more tired. If I'm up and I'm going and I'm, out shopping, or if we're doing something that day, then I'm fine. But once I sit down and once I stop for just a minute, it's like I hit a wall, and then I just want to stay sitting. I don't even want to like open my laptop or do anything. I just want to sit down, close my eyes for a couple minutes, turn on some cartoons for Sadie to watch. Like I just hit a wall, and then I have to lay down for a little while. So the best thing that I can do for that is to just get back up and keep going. But I do try to rest as much as I can during the day, but with a 2-year-old it can be difficult, and I got to keep up on the housework too. So yeah. And then of course there is the more frequent urination that comes along with the territory. I'm up to about 3 times a night now. Okay, so another thing, with the increased nauseousness and the aversions and things like that, and with the tiredness, I've been kind of thinking about things that can help me with those issues. And I know it comes along with the territory many times, but I was watching a video by it's called Being Mom, ADATA, which is, I think it stands for And Doing All That Applies. And she was talking about the supplements that she was taking and how they help her out. And so she takes her regular prenatal vitamin, and then she also takes a calcium and magnesium supplement and a B6 vitamin. So I called up my doctor to see what he thought about it. And get this, I call my doctor, and I'm assuming that I will voice my question. She will ask a nurse or ask him through email or something like that, and then he'll have a nurse or somebody relay the message back to me. But get this, and I thought it would be like probably towards the end of business that I would get a call back. About a half an hour after I call, I get a call back from my doctor, from my actual doctor, saying, hey, what's up? What's going on? I hear you're interested in some supplements, whatever. And I thought that was so cool that he actually took time and that he thought it important enough to address his patient's concerns himself instead of, communicating through nurses. I thought that was really cool. So points to him on that one for sure. But yeah, so I went out and got myself some calcium magnesium supplements, and then I am deciding between a B6 supplement and an omega-3 supplement. And I haven't decided on that yet, but I just went out and got it today. So I will be taking it this week, and I'll let you guys know if I notice any differences or any changes this week with my symptoms because of those. Yeah, so I think that's everything that I have written down. It's a pretty long video again, and I really didn't expect it to go this long, seeing as I didn't have an appointment this week or an ultrasound or really anything to tell you about, but I guess there was a lot of stuff going on with life. So anyways, I hope I didn't bore you guys too bad, and I hope I will be seeing you guys for my next video. I will see you all later. Bye.